Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Ndella, and today I'm going to be sharing 10 tips on how to get started on your natural hair journey. So if you're somebody who wants to get started on your natural hair journey but you just have no idea how or where to start, this video is for you. Okay, so tip number 1, check your products. Up until now, you might not even have cared about what products you used, you might not even have been aware of the ingredients in your products, but there is this golden rule to avoid parabens, silicone, and sulfates, and if you want to know more about that in detail, I'll leave a link up here somewhere of another YouTuber called Bianca Renee Today. And she's the first YouTuber who was able to explain it to me in a way that I could kind of understand, because I think it's kind of complicated and it's kind of confusing, especially in the beginning when you've never heard of this before. So I definitely recommend you go check that video out. When I first started on my natural hair journey, I watched her video and I read through all of my bottles, all of the ingredients in my products, and I had to throw all of my products out because they all contained these ingredients and they had a lot of it in them. So I definitely knew that I had to throw all of them out and I had to start all over. And that's why I recommend that you watch her video so that you kind of get an understanding on what this is and what it can do to your hair. Personally, I no longer read the ingredients list on my products. I only buy products from brands that I trust to take good care of my hair. So now throughout my experience, I've learned which brands to go for, which brands not to go for, and also what products actually works on my hair. So a lot of it is experience, but when you're just getting started, it's super important to check your products and figure out if they're doing something good for your hair or if they're bad for your hair. Tip number 2, keep it simple. So now that you've checked your products and you found out that some of them aren't good for your hair, it's time to get some new ones, and that can be a jungle. That's why my tip is to keep it simple. It really doesn't have to be that complicated, and I understand that when you're just getting started and you may just be used to only using shampoo and conditioner, it can be so confusing to have to add all kinds of other products to your hair routine. But really, if you keep it simple, it's not that bad. So just keep it simple. What do you need? You need something to wash your hair with, you need something to detangle your hair with, you need a deep conditioner, and you need a styling product. So personally, I use leave-in and a styling like gel or a curling cream. So 5 products in total is what you can start with. I'll just show you an example on what that can look like. Okay, so like I said, this is just an example on what that can look like. I just want to show it to those of you who just have no idea where to start or what products to buy at all, and how you can actually just keep it very simple. So buy shampoo. This is shampoo from Shea Moisture. This you'll use to cleanse your hair. Second is a conditioner. This you use to detangle your hair. And then there is a deep conditioner. This will help you add moisture and protein if you need that in your hair. There's moisture and protein in this one. Usually I don't use hair mask that contains protein because my hair actually just needs moisture most of the time. But also, once again, that's something that you will add on throughout your experience and seeing what your hair needs. So now you have a shampoo, a conditioner to detangle your hair, and you have a deep conditioner. And then you need products for styling. So this is just what you use in the shower, and then you need products for styling. So for example, that could be a leave-in conditioner. This is a leave-in conditioner from Camille Rose, and then it could be a gel. So I use these two together and I highly recommend them. They're very, very good products on my hair at least. Once again, it's only something that you'll really know once you try the products. You can never know if the products works on your hair before you've tried it. So that's also a thing about the natural hair journey. You really have to gain experience through your own hair and, you know, try different stuff. But yeah, this is an example on what that can look like, and I really hope that that can help you feel like it doesn't have to be that complicated and it doesn't have to be that overwhelming. It really can just look like this 5 products, and then you have something for everything you need. And then of course later on you can add on stuff and you can buy accessories if you want to, but this really is just what you'll need to get started on your natural hair journey. Tip number 3, use a microfiber towel to dry your hair. So I have a microfiber towel right here. This is what it looks like, And I just wanted to show the two of them against each other. So I have a regular towel right here. And the reason why you need to use a microfiber towel over a regular towel to dry your hair is because a microfiber towel is way more gentle on your hair and a regular towel is way too rough on your hair. So I'll just show you up close the fabrics. So the microfiber towel is way more smooth. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it really is way more smooth. It is soft, and the regular towel is more hard and is more rough. So it will create frizz on your hair, whereas to this one will be more gentle on your curls. So my tip is to invest in a microfiber towel. I've had this one for 2 or 3 years. So once you invest in one, you can keep it for years. So I definitely recommend that you get a microfiber towel. Tip number 4, invest in a satin bonnet or a satin pillowcase. Now I only have a satin bonnet that I can show you, but it looks like this. Just want to show you up close. As you can see, it is very smooth. It is completely smooth. There's no rough anything on this. And the reason why I recommend this is because it will protect your curls at night. So after you've styled your hair and you go to bed, if you just lay on a regular pillowcase, it is also more rough on your curls, so it will create frizz and your curls won't last as long as when you are wearing either a satin bonnet or you have a satin pillowcase on your pillow. So I definitely recommend it. It is not a must, I will say that, but it will make your curls last longer after you style it. For example, my hair, these are day 4 curls and they look like this. I hope you can be able to tell. The reason why I'm able to have day 4 curls looking like this is because I've been wearing my satin bonnet every night, so it has been able to protect my curls and not create as much frizz as I would have had if I had just slept on a regular pillowcase. So I definitely recommend it. It is not a must if you're on a budget or you just don't want to prioritize it, but it just will make it easier for you after you've styled your hair, because your curls will last way longer if you wear a satin bonnet or have a satin pillowcase, so that they are protected while you're asleep and they will just look amazing when you wake up. Tip number 5, do a chop. Now the reason why I say do a chop is because some people do a big chop, some people do a small chop, but really what's important is that you cut your damaged hair off. So if you haven't been taking care of your hair ever or in a long time, your hair might have some damage, and it's important that you cut your damaged hair off. Personally, I suffered from heat damage and all kinds of damage, I think, honestly, because I hadn't taken care of my hair one day in my life. I'll try to insert some pictures. I really want to show you what my hair looked like before my chop. So I'll try and insert some pictures. I hope I can, and I hope it matches with where I'm sitting now. So this is a picture of how my hair looked before. This was the first time that I had products in my hair, and as you can see, my hair is really not doing too well. And then this next picture is when I did my what I call small chop. I was not prepared to cut all my hair off because at this point I still did not believe that there was any healthy or good looking hair days for me. So I did this small chop and this was what my hair looked like. And then this next picture is when I did my big chop. What I call my big chop. This was my biggest chop, so that's why I called it my big chop. But as you can see, it's a total different look. You can see my hair is looking much better. And then this last picture is 3 months later, and you can see that my curls are starting to form and really look healthy and look better. So yeah, it is really important to do a chop, and it is really important to cut all of your damaged hair off, whether that be a little amount or a bigger amount of hair. It is important to cut it off so that your hair can just start fresh. And also what I found was that when I had cut all my damaged hair off, immediately I could see a difference, and just the fact that I could actually see a difference made it worth it. So do a chop. Tip number 6, be aware of heat. The reason why I say be aware of heat is because whatever you choose to do with your hair is your choice. But it's important for me to mention this in this video for those of you who just simply don't know. Straightening your hair, diffusing your hair with heat, curling your hair with a curling iron or whatever, all these things can create heat damage. You can get diffusers where there is a cold option, and I know that's the option that many curly girls choose to use. Personally, I air dry, so I don't use a diffuser, but if you're somebody who really feels like you need a diffuser, you can get one with a cold air option, and I highly recommend that you do that so that you don't get damaged on your new healthy hair. And yeah, I know that there's a lot of curly girls who does straighten their hair every now and then and who does curl their hair every now and then, so you definitely can. Personally, again, I do not. The only source of heat that I use is a heat cap, but that is why I'm calling this tip be aware of heat. I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't want to tell you that you can never straighten your hair again if that's something that's important to you and something you want to do. I just want to make sure that I tell you that it can have consequences if you do so, and to be aware of this. And so maybe you can choose to do it less often than you do right now, or whatever you decide. Just be aware of heat. Tip number 7. Use a satin scrunchie or a loose hair tie. Now I have my satin scrunchie right here, and I use this to put my hair up in a pineapple whenever I want to have my hair up. It's very gentle and very loose on my curls, and therefore it doesn't ruin my curls. I sleep with this every night underneath my satin bonnet, and it doesn't ruin my curls when I take it out. This is how it looks like. So I definitely recommend that you get a satin scrunchie or a loose hair tie so that you can put your hair up without ruining your curls and without pulling your curls. I do sometimes use a tight hair tie like this, but that is usually at the end of the week when my hair really needs to be washed again, and then I use it for sleek hairstyles. But for the most part, I do use my satin scrunchie, so I highly recommend that you get a satin scrunchie so that you can put your hair up without ruining your curls. Tip number 8. Style and deep condition your hair in soaking wet hair. Now, I heard everybody say this in the beginning of my natural hair journey, and I apparently didn't take it seriously enough. So if you have styled your hair and you just don't feel like it's all that, try making your hair even more wet. I know that maybe you feel like you've already wet your hair enough, but what I experienced was what I thought to be soaking wet hair was not wet enough. So I learned that I had to wet my hair even more than I thought, that I almost thought was possible. I had to wet it right before I put the product in. So that's what I do now. Every single time I start a new section in my hair now, I wet my hair right before I put the product in. Because otherwise my hair dries a little bit and then it's just not the same. I don't get the same results. So that's definitely my tip for you as well. If you're just getting started on your natural hair journey and you have styled your hair a couple of times, but you just don't feel like the product is really getting into your hair, or maybe you've deep conditioned your hair and you just don't feel like the products really get in there, make sure your hair is completely wet. That is personal experience, and I wish that I had really listened to that in the beginning of my natural hair journey. It would have made it easier for me in the beginning. So if you're experiencing problems with this, I recommend that you try and wet your hair just a little bit more. Tip number 9. Deep condition once a week. Now I know that if you've never heard of a deep conditioner before, you may think that this is a lot. You may feel like it's expensive and it's just not necessary, but trust me, it is necessary. And I cannot recommend it enough that you make sure to deep condition your hair at least once a week. I do it once a week. I'm sure that I could do it twice a week if I wanted to, but I do deep condition once a week, and that has been a game changer as well. I have very dry hair, so my hair needs a lot of moisture, and deep conditioning my hair gives me that. So whether you need moisture or protein or whatever you need, it is important that you deep condition your hair, and it's important that your hair gets what it needs. So make sure you deep condition once a week, and if you, through your own experience in your natural hair journey, figure out that you need to do it even more or less, that's totally fine. That's your hair and only you know what your hair needs. But if you're just getting started and you've never used a deep conditioner before, I highly recommend that you deep condition once a week for a while, and then you can, throughout your own experience, decide if you need to do it more or if you need to do it less. And tip number 10. Be consistent and be patient. I know this goes without saying, but I have to say it anyway. Be consistent and be patient. This is gonna be a journey. That is why it's called Natural Hair Journey. It is going to be a journey. It is going to be frustrating when you don't see the results you want to see. It is going to take a while, and it is important that you are consistent because your hair don't change overnight. Every single week you need to deep condition, and you need to treat your hair and take good care of your hair and really keep doing it even when you don't want to, and even when you just don't believe in it. Just keep going. Do yourself that favor. Keep going, be consistent, and be patient. Because before you know it, the results will show up and you will be so proud that you did this for yourself. And yeah, it is a journey, remember that. So just keep going, be consistent, be patient, and you will be so happy once you see your results. So that was the last tip, you guys. I really hope that it helped you figure out where to start if you want to get started on your natural hair journey. And if you're already on your natural hair journey, I hope it inspired you to keep going. I really enjoy making these videos for you and I hope you enjoy watching them. If you do, then please click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye!